Hi there and welcome back to My World History with Dustin Fowler. And on this video I want to talk about the 30 Years' War. So I mentioned this a little bit in the last video when we were talking about France, but I want to go in a little bit more detail because this here was a really important war that lasted, you guessed it, about 30 years. And the problem here is that it was, well, I guess the issue here is that it's more than just what it seems, alright? This war had really two phases. In the first case, you know, the war starts out as a local, regional, religious struggle between Protestants and Catholics in the Holy Roman Empire. So Bohemia is a region that is a Protestant region, and Ferdinand II, who was the Catholic Holy Roman Emperor, the brother of Charles V, he controlled Bohemia and didn't like the idea of them being Protestant, and so he ends up sending troops to put down a Protestant Bohemian revolt. All right, and so there's what starts the war. And the thing is, though, the German princes, as they had done with Martin Luther, they supported the Protestants, and this led to an actual war going on between the Holy Roman Empire and his Catholic forces versus the Bohemian revolt and their support by the German princes, who were the ones who were actually Protestant. So, round one, fight! Here's the deal. The first 12 years were decisively Habsburg. These guys were wiping the floor, so to speak, with the Protestants. They were just destroying them. They pillaged, they robbed, they destroyed as they went for 12 solid years. The Protestants didn't stand a chance against Ferdinand and his forces. Alright, but then a guy in 1630, I believe the year was, named Gustavus Augustus comes in and completely turns the tide of battle in about a 2-year period. And so Gustavus Augustus was a great warrior. He had a very loyal army, a very powerful army of Protestants who would follow him anywhere into battle, and the dude literally led charges in battle himself, rather than stay in the back like most other commanders would do. And the result of this, not so surprisingly, is Gustavus ends up getting killed in battle in 1632. Now, again, he had changed the tide of the battle in those brief years that he was on the battlefield. He was able to drive the Habsburgs out of northern Germany. Now, here is the thing that you might not be expecting. And remember the French, when we talked about Richelieu and then his successor Mazarin, these cardinals that really were the authority in France before Louis XIV. Well, these guys were Catholic. They were Catholic, as we've already discussed, but they supported the Protestants in Bohemia and Germany. So wait a second. What's going on here? I don't understand. Well, here's the real issue, is that at this point, it was not so much a religious war anymore that happened on a more local level, but Richelieu and Mazarin, who was fighting for the Habsburgs, for the Bourbons, felt more threatened by Habsburg dominance than they did by the Protestants. And so they would rather preserve balance of power in Europe by fighting against the Habsburgs than they would to support the Catholics in the case of Germany here. So this is kind of a weird example. The 30 Years' War is a weird example of how religious conflicts can have greater ramifications I guess on a grander scale, because it really does become more of a political undertaking, I guess a political issue in European politics than a religious issue in the Holy Roman Empire. So the war ends with the Peace of Westphalia, and there were important consequences to this. First of all, it weakened the Habsburgs. The Habsburgs do not come out stronger on this. All right. It also is going to strengthen France. And remember, we talked last video about how France was the strongest empire in Europe, I guess the strongest country in Europe at the time. It made the German princes independent. They were no longer going to be subjects of the Holy Roman Emperor, right, which is what that stands for, HRE, Holy Roman Emperor. It also ended religious wars in Europe. And also, all players are involved in establishing terms of peace. This is kind of a big deal because usually, as you might expect, peace was established by the winners All right, but in this case, it's going to be winners and losers, which is kind of a big deal, as I just mentioned. And number 6, the recognition of sovereign states in Europe. So a lot of times you think about the Peace of Westphalia as almost like the start of the nation-state concept, or of our modern definitions of what sovereignty is. When we talk about sovereignty, it means complete power, right? Complete power within your borders. Complete power within your borders. And usually sovereignty is measured by one's military ability to, I guess, protect your borders. But sovereignty here ends up becoming something that is recognized by governments, not so much recognized by one's ability to stop an invasion. And so it really does kind of establish the foundation of modern definitions of sovereignty. Again, this is the Peace of Westphalia, which ended the 30 Years' War. I'll see you in the next video.